Welcome to Trojan Poetry, episode 16. I can't believe we've made it to episode 16.
4 squared.
That's right. We're keeping it going into 2017. All right, so this week's poem is titled Like the Rain, Smell It Coming by Aricka Foreman. And we're going to launch right into it. Here we go. I'm dreaming of tornadoes again, too many for the sky to contain. I've checked 8 websites and the dictionary on my nightstand. I did not need technology or a writer to tell me there is chaos in my heart. I don't tell people sometimes my dreams come true. I fear some parts are not metaphor. In the mornings, I check the horizon. I'm relieved when there is some whisper of light. On the way home from camping, a large storm made the highway a blur of brake lights, my fingers killers to my steering wheel. I kept searching for funnels, their willowy bodies twisting their way to the ground, mapped out escape routes and viaducts to pull beneath. Today, I fell asleep on the couch again. The wind rustled me awake, and parts of the sky were dark again. I can't shake that something is coming. I don't do well with worry. My mother built me to fix things.
Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
this is another one. I think I say this every episode. It's like, I read it for the first time through. I was like, that's kind of cool. And then I don't know if we've ever actually shown on screen the level of text mercury that we're doing here, but John and I always do notes. And this one, when I read through it again, I actually kind of surprised myself. The level of stuff that came up, so right from the first line where she says, I'm dreaming of tornadoes again. And obviously these tornadoes are a motif that she repeats throughout the poem. And when she says she's dreaming in the first line, the second, third time I reread this poem, I thought, well, is this a dream or is it reality? Is this all a dream within a dream kind of a thing? And then in the second line, I checked 8 websites in the dictionary, this obsessive behavior and like, what is she checking for? But then in the next line, she says, I don't need technology to tell me there's chaos in my heart. And I said, aha, she's looking for some kind of answer. So what, this chaos. Mm-hmm. And then later on, I really like the image, my fingers killers to my steering wheel. I had to read that a couple times. And I guess it's because she's like gripping so tightly that she's killing her steering wheel. And she describes mapping out escape routes. So is that really what she's looking for? And what is she trying to escape from, it seems like. And then the very last line, my mother built me to fix things. It just seems like this sense of control, like she feels like that she's in a situation that's out of control and she's trying to fix it or come up with some kind of fix, some kind of answer to put on it. What did you think, John?
Well, my first response was the structure. Mm-hmm. And that it seemed, it's an unusual, I don't want to say it's an unusually shaped poem, but it reads like just prose, mm-hmm. but clearly it's meant to be a poem. Yeah. And the line breaks are there's never end stops, right? It's until the very end. All of the lines are enjammed mm-hmm. until the last one. Mm-hmm. And the last one actually contains a whole sentence. So that's what I was thinking as you were reading it. I was like, this is reading like a paragraph and it, how is this a poem? And then I kind of started getting more about the tornadoes, and they kept repeating, like you said. Mm-hmm. And what the line that hit me was, today I fell asleep on the couch again.
That's the one out of the whole thing.
Because pretty much I go home and I fall asleep on the couch. I'm like, I'm doing it again. But, looking back then, because rereading, I think what we're both finding in doing this is just how important rereading is. I mean, we know it's important. Yeah. But the first reading of a poem, you really maybe don't get much or, even close to all 95%, of it.
95%, especially with this one. I had to go back a few times.
Yeah. Because you don't know what to expect, right? And you don't know what's important. But the chaos in my heart line I thought was very important. I fear some parts are not metaphor. And what I was thinking was the way, and we've seen this in several of the poems that we've done, where the author takes something literal, makes it into a metaphor for their inner state. But this author specifically, of course, points out, I fear some parts are not metaphor. So what does that mean? Like, she is a tornado. She feels there's clearly the chaos, the word chaos. I'm kind of babbling here because I'm trying to think through this. Yeah. But when it got to the line, today I fell asleep on my couch again, just that sense of this person is drained, they're worried, they're exhausted, they're trying to find comfort, but they're not proud of it, right? That's kind of a defeated line, like, I did it again. Yeah. I can't shake that something is coming. I don't do well with worry, right? The person is worried. There's some kind of problem headed their way, and they're trying to maybe find a way to cope with it.
Yeah.
And then I got back to the title, Like the Rain, Smell It Coming. Like, what's the it?
Yeah, well, that's a big question I had. What is this storm? Well, no. Well, we could, but what is the storm that she's running from? Because she doesn't necessarily say.
Yeah.
And then, when you said that, I was wondering, like, is this something she's created for herself? Right. You know, is there something out there? Because really, there's not much that happens during the poem. She lays on the couch, she drives through a storm,
right,
and that's about it. So what is it that's so horrifying that's coming in the distance, you know?
Well, but there's not much physically, but psychologically, right?
Yeah.
She mapped out escape routes and viaducts to pull beneath, right? So she's trying to find an escape route, trying to find some place of refuge. Yeah. And instead she goes home and goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like shutting down.
Depression, right.
And all that action is happening in her mind, not through things that she's doing. Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of food for thought there. I thought this poem, the question that I had for it is, when you feel anxious about something, how do you cope with it and move on? You know, it seems like this writer is just kind of stuck within the worry. Obviously, that's not a healthy way to be. So what do you do when you're feeling that situation? How do you move on?
And I think that's interesting, because the poem we did by Oates was about a person coming up to a
right up to that,
and they can't pass it. And then the one we did by Simic was the guy lying in bed and he couldn't get out of bed to go look at the door.
Yeah.
So really,
we're doing some kind of Freudian thing, John.
We've got a theme here.
We got to figure this out.
But anyway, it might be nice to go back and look at those and kind of compare and contrast.
Together. That's a great connection.
All right, thanks for watching. Please join the conversation in the comments on YouTube or on Twitter at Trojan Poetry DGN. Also check out our website at trojanpoetrydgn.blogspot.com.